So I am glad you explained this clearly and listed the forms. Were you able to find out why some people put that UCC info with the words all rights reserved at the top of the SF-181? No, I have not. Listen carefully. By the way, gentrification is a word that clearly spells out its purpose. When looking up the definition of gentrify, all right, let's look up gentrify. And we go to gives us the definition of gent, right? Gentleman, gentry. So gentry is nobility, right? Of rank or of birth, right? This deals with the Duke and Duchess, right? If I kick this open, what does it say if I type in Duke? Duke of crap, Duke of crap. It's sovereign prince. Okay, so when we look at, I don't know, Edom, Dukes, Ba'abul, Chronicles, and Hadad died, and the chiefs of Edom were Timnah and Aliyah and Jetheth. All right. So 36 and so we go to just Genesis 36. We can just type that in, right? We just type in Genesis 36. Gene Isis. Oh, forgot to hit 36. There you go. Working hard. Do you want King James version? No, any version will do. Bible Gateway, the descendants of Esau. Okay, so when we go into the descendants of Esau, right? Here's the family lines, daughter Ada. Let's go down to like 15. These are the chiefs among the descendants, right? All right. These were the chiefs among the descendants of this one. These are the chiefs among the descendants of that one, right? These are chiefs. All right. Now, chiefs. Where is my Bible? Sometimes it's near me. Sometimes. All right. So I'm going to turn to Genesis 36 in here, and I'm going to see what it says in the King James Bible. Genesis 36. All right. Okay, so when it says in 15, these are the chiefs. Okay, the word chief is now thrown in. Okay, so let's go for KJV, right? And then we'll see Genesis 36 KJV. Now, when we look at Genesis 36 KJV, we go down to verse 15, Duke. Okay, see how long 15 is? It takes a time to call each of them dukes. Now, when you say in whatever Bible this is, the International, NIV, right? These were the chiefs of Edom, period, right? Chief, Teman, Omar, Zepho, Kenaz, Gatam, right? It just says chiefs, right? Now they've taken out the word. There's no fucking song called Chief of Earl, Chief, right? It's Duke of Earl, Duke, right? And this has to do with what? This has to do with what? The fucking sovereign princes of Edom. Now, if you type in, let's see, Isu Indians. I don't know how to spell Indian anymore. Esau was Indian. All right, Jacob and Esau, the native Indians, okay, American Indians. You know, there's a whole, right, the story of the American Indian, right? Descendants of Edom. All this stuff is just right there for you to grab. Now, if you spell Esau with a W, let's see what happens. Esau. Catawba people. Oh, shit, he did it again. Catawba. Kawabunga. Catawba. Also known as the Essa or the Iswa, right? Issa. Most commonly is what? Iswa. So, white man comes around and says, oh, this biblical name is this or that. We're going to call them Esau and Edom. And right here, it's listed out as Iswa. Iswa. Remember, when you look at the dialect of the American Indian and how it's all shit's kind of broken and it sounds like it's been Babylonized, you know. Iswa leads back to our biblical Esau. All right, again, Israelites, the A was silent. The S is an S, the I is a Y, you know, like, so this is why we call it Esau today. So if you go into the Catawba people, and, you know, you can find out who their relatives are and shit like that. And where are they at? Over here in what? Rock Hill, South Carolina. All right. And now these are what you call Hebrews. These are Cherokee. Real Cherokee. These are not fake. These are not native people taking the claim of the title Cherokee. These are Cherokee of the branch of Siouan. All right. And they're called the Catawba because they're by the Catawba River. All right. So, again, we're at most constant war with the tribes of other major language families, the Iroquois. When we go into America being the greatest discovery, they tell you the Iroquois and Algonquin are part of what? One side of tribes that have been warring with others. Right here, primarily involved in agriculture, they were fucking farmers. The Catawba were friendly towards early European colonists. We know that. They were at almost constant war with tribes of other major language families. Iroquois range from south to the Great Lakes, right here, Great Lakes, buddy, to New York, right? The Seneca Indians go from the Great Lakes all the way over to New York. The Algonquin Shawnee, so it would be Cherokee Algonquin branch of Shawnee. These are family names. This is somebody's grandfather's name. Algonquin, somebody's grandfather's name. Shawnee, somebody's grandfather's name. They came down a lineage. All right. And these people all what? Fought for control over the Ohio Valley, including present-day West Virginia. Now, pay attention to this shit because you sit there and say, oh, Edom is white, and I'm showing you the root of Edom. They're also in Louisiana. Now, let's see if it tells you footnotes, further reading, external notes. Let's see if they give us any other Indians that they're related to down here at the bottom. Oh, it's a picture I want to see. Now you can see these people clearly have very dark skin. This woman here is pale and everybody else is very dark. Now I can't help their features. That's just who they are and what they look like by this picture. All right. So let me hit the back button. And Let's see if I can find any more. Here we go. Negro, you are what? Cherokee, Apache, Esau, Indians. Whose video is that? Oh, okay.
The following ad is being condensed for your viewing convenience.
Francisco.
I just switched to Geico.
So this is probably Francisco's video again. It's part 2, right? So when we just keep going to, what is this? Isawa? Isawa? Now it's some E shit. All right, let's keep going. See if we find anything. Here we go. Esau Indians on Pinterest. All right. Catawba Nation, page 19. So you can easily find these sovereigns, or it's not coming up on that, or the people that still hold their sovereignty, right? They've just been pushed aside. They're also dark-skinned. They're also Afro-Asian. Now, I know we just looked at a picture that was not of Afro-Asian people, but that is, again, this is during what? Intermingling with Mongolians. Oh, while they look like Mongolians, they still hold really unique features. You know, this guy's face, you can tell, you know, you've seen white people and black people that look like that guy's face. So, you know, just keep some of this in mind, because there's also there's other Edomite Indians. There's other Indians that have been here since colonization, like Chief Warhorse. Now, most people have seen Chief Warhorse. They've seen the statements that Chief Warhorse has made. Now, if you say what group is Chief Warhorse a part of, you gotta look down, and here's a nation that's named. Now, I can't pronounce that. Olmec, still alive in North America. So she's now, you see, I type in Chief Warhorse, and they've attributed her to be the descendants of the Olmecs. No blood test, no nothing, just open statements. Okay. And you know, there's a lot of information on her, and there it is, the Chahata Nation. All right, the Choctaw. Okay, is another way that they pronounce that. And you can see the different things pop up. You have the ability to copy paste and look at any of this stuff for your own. You have the ability to ignore what I'm saying, read what you want. You can discern this stuff for yourself. You can feel like I'm wrong. You can feel like I'm right. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to broadcast. And again, the Choctaw are in Louisiana. Indians walk along a blah, blah, blah. All right, so when we look at this, all right, so when you look at Chief Warhorse and see she's the chief of the Choctaw people, and you see this picture of these fucking Asians, you know this picture is a lie. And you know they paid this guy a lot of money to lie. And that's what they do. Now, the Choctaw, Chickasaw, Muskogee Creek Indians later also form into the Seminole. Once they lose their land that they let their white buddies start grouping up on, they got pushed into the Yamasee and the Seminole Indians as well. Now, this is all original Indian groups fighting the United States. And this is the Seminole Indian War. Now, how do you say, the mixed children became known as the 5 civilized tribes, meaning they would sit down and deal, negotiate. You know what a negotiation is, right? You have a hostage situation, and what? The generals sit down to negotiate peace. If you doubt this, you take your ass to Washington, D.C., and you go to the Indigenous Museum. You go up to the 2nd floor, or it's the 3rd floor, and they'll show you all the treaties. And when you're looking at the treaties are written in what you call American Indian bead design. Now, the colonists translate what the beads say, and they give side notes stating that the colonists were losing. Their final act of getting the American Indians to sit down and attempt to negotiate with them was what they call in poker a bluff, because the white man was losing. Yet the American Indian thought they could reinforce themselves at a later time. So to preserve life, they started signing treaties. Those first treaties were pushed aside, and these second treaties come up. Again, if you type in American Indian treaties, there's the bead treaty right there. And see, it goes into the archives, and you have to go through them to start to understand some of the treaties. See, you can see this treaty has a map with it, the writing on one side and the map on the other. This is the borders and the boundaries. Okay, so let's go back here. Gentry. Gentry, a fashion or custom of nobility. Nobility of the character, right? It means noble birth, aristocracy, courage, honor, kindness, gentleness, and you know as well as I do that none of these things are exuded from these people. They are morally base, meaning centered on the ground. They are the lowest. Through cunning craftiness, they have written themselves to be better than others. Now, it doesn't matter if they have gentry among themselves. They've even written white trash to be honor, kindness. Now, remember that. All these definitions you see over history. Oh, she's white, so she has a fair complexion. Yet all those goddamn zits on her face make her look like a pussing sack of shit. But, you know, keep that in mind, because white means clean, right? Right. So gentry is the root of gentrification. The definition for gentry is white upper class landowners governing powers, with governing powers to own land and slaves. So let's look at United States changing the law so that they're now the slave holder and they can hold you on the land. And why is that? Because dealing with the SF 181, right? They've tricked you when you were in high school to what? To fill out a form saying that you're not You are not of an original peoples. Again, original peoples of, some fucking tribes, original peoples of, out of some racial groups. Okay, that's the real trick. Understand that. Understand that. Listen, this is the privacy statement. Why would they not give you definitions here? If the definition page holds the same words that are right here, then you don't really need a definition page. You do need to know where to send it, but it's the Office of Management and Budget. So why would they write this right there instead of Office of Management and Budget? Are you a person from Cuba, Mexico, Puerto Rico, South or Central America? A person having origins of the original peoples of North, South America, including Central America. Do you see the game? Are you intermixed with Portuguese or Spanish blood? Are you Hispanic, Spanish blood, or Latino, Portuguese? You see what's going on? The Portuguese in you creates the Latino. The Spaniard in your blood creates Hispanic. So this continues to state. So gentrification would mean the return or introduction of, again, white status. What does that mean? It means belonging to the original peoples, but having to do with what? Edom. There, I'll go over here to where it's Duke. Sovereign prince. Directly from Latin, dux, leader, commander, governor of the province. To lead. Pi, duke, duke, pot dukes, to lead, to pull, to drag, right? Hey, look up horn now. They push you into one place. What? Using the leader to drag you. To furnish with horns, to cuckold, to be a bird and place your fucking eggs in some other bird's, a completely different type of bird's nest, to force that bird out of its nest because you've just taken over that bird's quote unquote home, right? To push with horns like cattle. You are sheep, cattle, buffalo, etc. Does sheep fall under that ETC? We're going to push God's sheep to the side, right? And we will marginalize them. You failed in spelling. All right, we will marginalize them, right? Afro-Asian populations have been marginalized as a result of migration. What? No, as a result of what? Gentrification. Pushed with horns. Return or the induction of white status class to a land. Urbanization, urban areas, right? The hood rats, huh? What is that? The projects. In the project, because I'm a project being worked on, right, would be opposite. So on one end, you have gentrification, them coming to push you out to make new homes for themselves. And urbanization is what? Pushing your ass into a corner to live and then calling it project, a plantation. I guess they conduct mass population